Hey guys, for lesson 2 of improvisation on the piano, today we're going to talk about how to expand the phrases that we've created and how to add to them, take away from them, and just improve on them all. So the phrase we talked about in lesson 1 was, right? So just a simple note, up one, skip down, skip down. So the first way you can start adding to that is by just having a single repeated note. So let's say the very last note I'm going to repeat. And I did the phrase again. Right? So all I did was have one note repeating, but it continued it so I can kind of either think about the next thing I'm going to do and what I might do differently, or I might do the same thing again, or so once again I can change it, I can repeat a different note. So the high note I was repeating that time, I could do. That time I started doing the first one more. Another thing you can do is, instead of just doing a single note, you could do a neighboring note. So I could do. So whatever note I would normally end on, I just go back and forth between the upper note. I could do that same thing with the lower note. I could do the upper and lower neighboring notes too. Now let's talk about how we can do neighboring notes of basically any of the notes part of the phrase. So I could do, so instead of doing, I did back and forth the top note with the one right above it. So that's if I did that fragment of it a few times, you know. Now I can combine a few of the ideas I've just showed you. Now let's talk about how instead of doing neighboring notes for the last thing, at any given time I can do a bunch of notes going upward, a bunch of notes going downward. So I could do So I'm kind of just meandering through these white keys up or down, and at any given point I can do that phrase that we planned out earlier. So once again. So then you can start combining all the different phrases you've come up with. So last lesson we did that one in. So now let's kind of combine a little bit of everything. So I'll do some repeated notes to continue phrases. I'll do some neighboring notes. I'll do phrase A and phrase B. I'll go upward and downward. And it's just going to be an improvisation. It's going to be all these tools we've just developed. So. There you have it. Start combining all those different ideas. Neighboring notes on any one note of the phrase, combining phrases, one single repeated note, going up or down a scale. In this case, we did the C major scale, and at any point doing one of the phrases that you developed.